There's a lot of speculation and talk out there. Is Sadhguru, has he changed? Has he shifted? Has he what's wrong with him? And it's very important to know. All we're seeing is the external. All we're seeing is snippets from somebody's life. And taking and making some large judgment about what somebody's internal purpose is. It's been, you can look at anybody from 40 years ago, the energy levels change. As you get older, things change. Has he changed? You can only look at the actions he's doing and what he's doing to know. And so we don't actually know that stuff. So there's a lot of this and that. There's a lot of back and forth on the internet between this guru and that guru. There was some big thing between the art of life guy and Sadhguru, and people going back and forth. And really, if you're engaging in that, you need to turn the phone off, turn the computer off, spend some time. And you don't know. You don't know. I don't know. I've spent time around him. I don't know. I can see certain things and say, okay, well, it seems his focus has changed. He's gone from having an organization with, when I first went to India, I think there were 150 people there. And now there's thousands of people needing to be fed. He's got stuff in different directions. And what you're seeing is just a very, very small part of that. And so there's no real easy answer to it. His actions have changed, his words. He's a person. It's easy when you're sitting in front of a room with 15 people and nobody's depending on you. Nobody's life is depending on you. And I don't mean that in a spiritual sense. I mean that there are people in the ashram who have food because of what he does. He is supporting a large organization and doing that. Of course, your actions change. Of course, you might avoid controversy a little bit more. Of course, these sorts of things, because it's easy to do when when you're small, to take shots at the big people. But if all you're doing is creating controversy, if all you're doing is going against the grain, that's, at some point, that becomes counterproductive. What I've known of Sadhguru, he uses what's in front of him, I'm going to say, for his purposes, but that's not necessarily a negative thing. But he uses what's in front of him, he uses the situations for his purposes, and his purposes have changed. His thing was to create Dhyana Linga. That's done. Now he's got these other things. He's trying to spread spirituality. So, yes, how he is has changed, but that doesn't mean that he's changed, because all we're seeing is personality, all we're seeing is external stuff. And I could tell you yes or no, he's changed in terms of his internals. But the truth is, I don't know. And you don't know. And nobody sitting there saying that he changes actually knows, because that's the nature of life. So if you're going to criticize somebody because when they were small, when they were with an intimate group, they would speak one way, and when now that they're large and they have a whole bunch of different initiatives going on and different ashrams being built, if you're going to criticize someone because their actions are different, because their circumstances are different, why limit that to Sadhguru? That's anybody, right? Anybody, any organization, anything that grows is going to change. Now, if you believe Sadhguru is who he says he is, then that's just an external change. If you don't, then it doesn't matter, and just focus on your own life, right? Like, if you don't believe he's who he says he is, what is your deal tearing down other people? If you do believe he is, that there's that underlying foundation, that some of the stuff on top, some of the movement in the waves can change, but he's still the same person. He's not even person, he's still the same being that he was. Then act accordingly. If it's not, then don't act accordingly. But why are you, to the people who are so focused on these things, there's the bigger question is why? Why is there that focus? Why is there that focus to say, oh, Sadhguru's changed, Sadhguru's this, Sadhguru's that? Why is that focus there? And if he has changed, what's the problem with leaving quietly? Like, if you think he's changed, go, right? Go. If he's not for you, then go. If he is for you, then stay. I get, there's all of these internet people who are doing this and fighting on the internet. And, you have on this forum this and that forum this and this Instagram video that and this Instagram video that. And it's all just a little bit ridiculous to me. It's a very, very, very simple thing that it doesn't, if I decided, oh, he's not who he is, I don't need to make a big announcement about it. I don't need to go and take four friends with me, right? Like, I don't need to do that. So why are other people needing to do that? Why are you so invested in being right and then convincing other people that you're right? And that's really what it comes down to, is it's not about whether he's changed or not. It's about people who have a little bit too much time on their hands that could be putting their energies elsewhere towards somewhere productive.